I'm done writing songs about one-dimensional people. I'm just done writing songs about average, everyday people. I have so many songs. I lost track of what I was writing about or why I even made music to begin with. I started writing songs about all of these other people kind of taking up space. And the thing is, all of these other people already have a million other songs that you can relate to. There's like a million other songs written about your exact same situation, and I'm just tired of writing about the same thing, the same average, everyday male character who's just insecure or pining over some girl, or missing his daughter, or in the situation where he's isolated, he's a drug addict, he killed his lover's husband. I chose the most uninteresting killer of all to write a song about. Jonathan is very uninteresting to me. He's just a kind of an average guy who got caught up in the love affair, and it's just so boring. It's so boring. I have so many things that I could write about my own life, and I choose to write about these everyday, average male characters who just bore me half to death. And I don't understand why. I could choose a million other male characters to write about. I could write about anybody else. I could write about myself, and I choose these other people, and I'm tired of it. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm just sick of it. And then I get other people who love these songs because they're these average, everyday people who can relate to it. I can't relate to it. I force myself to relate to it. I'm tired. I don't want to mold myself into something that's digestible for you. That's just, I'm done with that. Not that any of my music was even acceptable, my mainstream standards. A lot of people like my music because it's very not mainstream, because I don't really keep things family friendly, let's say. But I'm just tired of all of my music being shoehorned into someone else's story. It's just I have an audience now because I have about 100 subscribers and 100 people watching me. I can't be as free to say things as I like to be. And family and people who know me in real life watch my videos, so I can't even, it's like I can't be as open as I'd like to be, and that's part of the problem. And I'm tired. I'm not gonna write any songs for anybody anymore. I don't want to do this. It's pointless. It's just pointless. I don't want to write about other people anymore. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of listening to other people's stories and listening to other people's stories and sharing their stories when they can't even do the same for me. Who's writing my story? Nobody. And then why am I writing other people's stories? Who's writing my story? Nobody. So I use my voice, my songwriting skills to write other people's stories when they're not doing the same for me. Why am I doing that? I don't know. Because I want to write through a character. I mean, I have this character that I want to write about, and I've mentioned it in some of my other videos that are the live stream videos that I did. His name is Julian. And I mentioned the name Julian in one of my other songs. In one song in the To the Homo Sapiens EP, which I released in January, I mentioned the name Julian once in one song on my EP. And I want to tell Julian's story because Julian's story is my story. To an extent, I guess it's fictionalized, but Julian's story is my story. I want to tell his story. That's something I want to write about. He's an interesting character to me. He's not some average, everyday Joe character that I've been writing about. God, it's so irritating to me how I'm writing about these one-dimensional, I don't know what it's like to be average. I don't know what it's like to be this average, kind of this normal, average guy with his normal, everyday problems. I'm just tired of writing about them. I'm so tired of writing about it. I'm just tired. I've probably written about 10 songs from the perspective of some boring male character with nothing interesting about him. I'm sorry. I'm just tired of it. Julian's an interesting character. He'll repulse half of you and he'll break the other half. His hearts, I suppose. I don't really know. I don't know the reception. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious, or maybe it's not. I just think the character is a really interesting one, and I have to be like honest about it. It's not a pretty thing to write about. He's not a villain character. He's like a hero character. And actually, I might just cut this part out because I don't know if I'm saying too much. Because I have the idea in my head for a story album about this Julian character, but it's pretty much in the future. I'm not really sure when I'm going to release it, but this is just to say that I don't really want to write about. I'm tired of writing songs for other people. I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of them hijacking my life. I'm tired of you guys hijacking my music. I'm tired of it. I'm like, I have my own story to tell and I want to tell it. I'm just tired of writing your boring songs. It's so boring. You're so one-dimensional. You're just such an average person, and it's like you're trying to mold me into being this boring average person, which I'm not. And I can't even be myself, and I wish I could. I wish I could be honest. I wish I could be myself, but I can't. But it's boring. It's just uninteresting. It's not very good songwriting to just say, this is how I feel, and just write from my perspective, write it straight from my perspective. Well, I don't really like doing that. It just feels lazy to me. I like writing through a character. I always like doing that. And I like being like really, I don't know what the word is, sarcastic about things, so I'm never 100% literal in a song. Like, I don't know how many people take my lyrics seriously, but it's not meant to be taken seriously. There's supposed to be an aspect of sarcasm or something like that. It's supposed to, but I don't think I do it very well. I don't know if it comes across like a facetiousness, or this is supposed to be sardonic. But I don't think I do that very well. I just wish I could be, I wish people, I don't know, I make songs to be heard, I make it to be heard, but I can't expect people to listen. I can make the songs, but then after that it's out of my control. I can't make people listen. I can't make them understand me. I can't make them listen. I can't make them understand me. And I write from a male perspective because that's just what comes naturally to me. It's like a form of drag in a way. It's like a performance. It's like I can be that. And it's the only way somebody would ever see me like that. Like, I'm not gonna come out in public. Like, I'm not trying to come out in public and be seen as something else. Like, I don't, the way I look and the way I come across in person does not match who I am at all. It just doesn't match who I am at all. It doesn't. It's just a huge disconnect for me. And so my songs, I can portray any character I want. I can write from any perspective. And so I choose, or I don't choose, I just kind of naturally write from a male perspective because I want to. However, I've been writing from these one-dimensional, boring, average Joe male characters, which is frustrating to me. I hate that. It's just irritating. Like, Jonathan is the most boring character, like the most boring murderer character I've ever come across. I'm not religious, I'm not Christian like he is. It's just so boring to me. And then all these other male characters I'm writing about, it's just like, okay, there's a million other songs about a father missing his daughter who he hasn't seen in 30 plus years because he was a drug addict. There's like a million songs about that. There's a million other songs about this like this guy in his early 20s who's just this average Joe character who's pining over this girl he can't have. And just, there's a million songs, a million stories about that. Why am I writing that? Well, I wrote it because I didn't know how else to, like, I wrote it for a friend. That's all I have to say. And that's, oh my gosh, that sounds like I'm insulting people. I'm not trying to insult anyone. I'm really frustrated. I don't really want to write these songs anymore. I'm just tired of it. I don't know why I keep writing songs for other people. So just don't expect another song. If I've written a song about you, don't expect, I can't do it. I will never write another song for you again. I just can't do it. I don't want to. I'm just getting irritated writing songs about you. You have a million songs written about you. You don't even understand me. It's like, I'm tired of doing things for other people. I'm tired of it because I can't even be myself. And I wish I could be myself. And I can't be myself. I can't even come out. Like, I can't even be honest is what I mean. So coming out, to me, that phrase means being honest about who I am. And I can't do that. And it has to be coded through music. And I get the feeling there are a couple of people who have guessed what I'm trying to say. Because I know that somebody has. I know somebody has guessed it. Because they probably go through the same thing. And then there are other people, and then there's other things. There's many, many things that I'm trying to say in my music. I'm trying to allude to. I don't know how many people have guessed it. I think it's really obvious. I can't actually say it. I've kind of said it already in this video, but I don't know. I mean, I always thought it was pretty obvious, but I don't know. Like, it's interesting because people don't actually think I'm a murderer. Like, if I write a song, sometimes I wonder what people think I'm trying to say. Like, I have a song called Safe that I said was about me being sexually molested as a child, and the very first lyric is, and I wanted to rape you because I felt safe. And like, if you look at the lyrics, it almost sounds like it's written from the perspective of a rapist. And somebody asked me this. They said, did you write a song from the perspective of a rapist? And I said, no, I never wrote a song from the perspective of a rapist. Funnily enough, that song is actually from my perspective. It's about me being sexually abused as a kid. And so I do wonder, because it doesn't come across like that when you first read the lyrics. But I feel like it's a song where if you were molested as a kid, you would understand it. Well, I think you have to, because it's not just about being sexually molested as a kid. It's about being sexually molested as a kid and also being asexual and struggling with that too. So I think if you're both, I think maybe you'll understand, you'll get it, or not. I don't know. I wonder how people interpret that. There's so many things. I wonder how people interpret it. But that's all I want to say. I'm just done writing songs about you. I want to write about me. I want to write what I actually go through. It's just kind of irritating. I just wish I could write about me. I just wish I could write about me. That's all. I just want to write about me.